And the winner is home.
Oh yeah.
That's 3 cups later.
You see how he's trying to jump on your shit right there and put this little shit on there? He wants to be a monkey too? He think just because it's his house he can do it.
He a monkey net.
Oh yeah, it's about to be my shit, bro.
This nigga trying to be the big monkey behind the poop. Cause like every time we do the intro,
the monkey
Malik always, Darian always puts some extra with the "we back." It's always every week he puts a little extra on it. He put the boys are back. I see what you're doing.
You know,
he be trying to add a little something extra to that. And
you gotta spice it up.
Exactly.
You gotta spice it up, bro.
This nigga really think he blue. He really gonna try to get some podcast.
Y'all gave me the role. I just felt the leg.
That's about to say thing was down
I'm gonna make it. Fuck it.
Hey, Blue lasted than all the other members.
Yeah, but he also cooked.
Which one of y'all niggas is oldest?
Nigga cooked.
Oh, I'm David Ruffin. I'm going first.
Oh, so you died first. Crack overdose.
I hate this
Anyway,
so much.
have crack.
Who wants to give the damn toast? You can't give it to a Dead Temptations, baby. Dead Temptations.
Damn, nigga. I'm sorry. Nigga try to kill us all.
Dead Temptations.
Give it to a Dead Temptation.
You can't give it
that
to
shit shook my spirit,
It's
bro.
Halloween season, nigga. Damn.
Oh man,
Dead
Ghost of
Temptations.
Temptations past.
Well, we shouldn't have picked a goddamn group where like 90% of the people are dead.
Like
Oldest
that's
is
the
alive
oldest.
surviving. They
Except
should've
the
listened to
oldest.
that
Still
nigga.
good, man.
Alright.
Listen.
Oh, shout out.
But let's keep it on our grind though. Make sure we on it. Make sure we stay on topic here. But yo, so for my toast, in a way, make sure I explain this completely properly. Give a toast to Cardi B. Just because she's gotten people to care about her business, and we absolutely should not. Because
This is a good toast.
her saga with Offset is some of the stupidest shit in the world, but she has got all of us to invest. She has got people to care. She has got people to sit around and think that she is in some type of mentally abusive relationship. The dumbest thing you can do is tell somebody what type of relationship they're in if you don't know them on a personal level. Or, even know more details than we know
I think
about
because
their
a lot of
relationship.
women can relate to Cardi B.
But she's not. But the thing is, it's like one of those things. She gives us way too much information.
We don't need know it until like we're judging it. But then
she goes on live. She did like little voice memos today. Like Cardi, we don't care. Like really,
It's like
people care, but we really don't.
Because she looks at somebody to gas her.
And that's why I said they have a song called "They Do Anything for Clout."
Mm-hmm.
This is all a charade. And so the biggest thing that we have
charade?
Nah, it's a charade. But we have to just acknowledge.
One
we just need
of them niggas.
we need to just
Shout out to
acknowledge.
Galatians.
Bruh, just like think about like the way that all of this goes. I'm
sorry, you go ahead.
No, that was funny. That's my word though. The way that all of this goes is just like we all give so much attention to it, and we put so much emphasis in. Oh, she's gonna leave him. She's tired of him, and then she goes back, and then people are telling her, "Oh, you're in a mentally abusive relationship." Number one, y'all don't know her. She went back for some penis and a Rolls Royce.
Her reason.
Just make sure. Let me clarify this. She went back for a penis and a Rolls Royce. Some of y'all went back for McDonald's. It's not fair.
Maybe Chipotle actually. Come on, have a little something.
To be fair, she said it's her best friend.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Like people sit around. We sit around all the time and watch people go back to bad situations. But when it's Cardi, y'all acting like y'all all high and mighty and like, oh no, she can't.
Like y'all do the same shit.
She not any of y'all mans. Stop investing. That's the biggest thing. I give her a toast because she got people to care about something that we absolutely should not care about and need to just move on from. Like, yo, next time they put out some rumor about them like divorcing or anything like that, I'm not paying attention. It's just like it's such a waste. Like, yo, who cares? They do this like every year, and then they stay together. He buys her a nice gift. He sits around, goes on his IG, so I'm missing my wife. Yo,
he's selling wrong.
Bro, everything. It's so predictable. Like, yo, again, I give her credit for playing us like fiddles, but we really have to stop caring about their relationship.
So like I was thinking about this the other day, right? Because like she did an Instagram live yesterday, and she put voice memos on Twitter. I haven't really been paying attention to her. I just thought she was posting a lot. And the thing is, like, she's like a big star.
Yeah.
I think she's a big enough star where you don't have to give people access. Like, I don't know.
Right.
No one knew what was going on with Beyonce and Jay-Z for a long time.
Right.
I know nothing about really what's going on in Rihanna's life, or really Drake's life. We wouldn't even know he had a kid. It wasn't Pusha T. Like, when you're that big a star, you really don't need to give us all that.
Right.
But I also do, and like, she makes it worse by trying to sit there and explain. We don't care. People care, but like, realistically, we shouldn't care because it's not our business. But the thing is, though, she came up on Instagram videos and reality TV, so this is kind of her bag.
I
guess,
get
so.
it. People feel like they have a connection to her because they've known her since Cardi the stripper or whatever.
Hoes don't get cold.
Yeah,
like,
not to like put her down or anything like that, but people feel like they have this intimate connection with her.
I mean, she really started as like making Instagram videos.
Yeah, that's what it was, bro. We knew her as a stripper and an Instagram girl, and we knew her as the girl from Love and Hip Hop who wanted to be a rapper.
She's
She
the one
wasn't even a rapper.
She's the one
back
that
then.
made it versus
I'm about to say, literally.
Jocelyn.
And I give her credit.
Jocelyn.
She grinded her ass off and
She
she
could've
did what she needed to do. But it's just one of the things where she's like, yo, just stop investing in her personal life because it's just like, yo, who cares?
Not going back to the strip club, Stevie.
Stevie, I know go back.
Not go back to the strip club, Stevie.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's
so,
funny
I
shit,
mean,
bro.
yeah, just in general, celebrity.
Shout to her, but just stop putting, bro.
Well, the thing is, people care. I mean, you can't say like people.
But yeah, and that's why I said people, we have to stop caring or putting it on such a pedestal that we do. Like, bro, her relationship is on E now, so I mean, it's white famous. It's a white famous relationship.
Who's?
Oh, E.
She a show?
I mean, I'm just saying, like when E
I'm
News
gonna say,
tweets about your relationship and what's going on, it's white famous at that point, which means it's crossed over. So like, yeah, people do care, but it's just like credit to her for making people care, but it's just like, yo, just stop because it's just we have to stop investing so much in this stuff because it's stupid because we don't know anything and y'all are trying to influence her. Just leave the lady alone. Let her love Offset if that's what she wants. She's still making money. She still got culture. Who cares?
Shout out to Cardi B.
Mind your business.
Shout out to
Mind
Cardi
your
B.
business.
Mind your business.
Mind your business.
It's not even it's like
Now they had that on his heart for a while.
Yeah, now they damn, nigga. You just like.
bro, because I
that
hate
motherfucker.
stupid.
No, I agree.
You fooled me, Cardi. I thought you was
Now
back
they
up
was
the
on- now they
month.
was on the toilet thinking about this one.
Like, I'm surprised you because I was already just thinking this. Like,
I was in the DMs.
Yeah.
You was in the joint?
That was in DM Center Snowflake.
Oh, that was you saying,
Hey,
hey,
big
big.
I'm a glacier boy.
Yeah, I'm a Glacier Boy. I was waiting on what's happening and then respond.
What's happening? That was
Got it.
the
Go
dumbest
get it,
shit I've
big
seen in my
dog.
life.
If we had a Patreon where you just go back to where we just talk about bullshit pop culture stuff, I would love to go on that fucking cause that whole
Snowflake,
that shit
bro.
was dumb.
That was
Anyway,
dumb.
I'm gonna get
I say
my
that's how niggas pulling up.
They-
That's how
they
niggas getting
They
it
had that
up.
Photoshop that shit because ain't no.
I'm gonna get my toast, and
Nah,
it's
he
probably like a complete 180 from what Dante just did. So, like,
there.
yeah, I'm gonna give my toast to Ezra Klein. He's I think he's like co-founder of Vox.com. But anyway, he wrote a book called Why We Are Polarized, and that's one of the books I picked up when I took a trip to the bookstore a couple weeks ago.
That's what's up.
And I've been really enjoying. It's a really good book. Basically, it kind of just breaks down like using like studies people have done, like actual studies and just like data, just why we're just such a polarized society. And basically, it boils down to like it's just like humans, we naturally gravitate to like us versus them.
Mm-hmm.
And like as far as the political spectrum goes, like he had a passage that really stuck with me. It's not like people are Democrats and Republicans, but really what drives them is more hate for the other side rather than, oh, I love being a Democrat. It's more, I hate Republicans or I hate Democrats more so than I love being a Republican or I'm a Democrat. Mm-hmm. And just, I mean, when you go in and you watch, and Twitter to me is political Twitter, like some of those just like super Trump accounts or super Joe Biden accounts, it's just crazy. Like the conspiracy shit, really both sides do the conspiracy shit. Like the real fringe, like crazy Twitter accounts. I mean, it's just like the conservative ones are wilder, but like but like the left leaning ones are crazy too. So basically, and he Ezra Klein, he's the author of that, and he had a passage too where he compared it to like sports, like where you just it's like sports where like you're just cheering for like us versus them, right? Oh, this group of players, none of them are from the city, but they wear clothing that we like that represents this city. And like they're not even from the city that they play for, but like we all like live and die with all that. It's kind of the same like politics, but the difference is obviously this stuff affects like this is policy stuff and affects like real life. But honestly, like most voters, like, do you care about when Joe Biden was talking about fracking the other day? Did anybody care or know what fracking was?
I know what fracking was.
I mean,
That was a YouTube video.
I don't remember
of
fracking.
It's really bad actually.
I worked a little bit on
Fracking.
fracking.
It's terrible. It's really bad.
So like it's more so like obviously we care about police brutality, we care about all that, and that's why we vote Democrat. But like a lot of it is just those other guys, those damn Republicans. Like one thing I see a lot when it comes to COVID on Twitter is, oh, you see, it's only the red states that have COVID problems, which is true. But I'm just saying, like, just that type of like mindset, us versus them. They do it the wrong way. Oh, you got COVID. They get COVID because they don't wear masks. all of that is just so polarized.
Bro, it's on some gang shit.
But are we very surprised though? Because
well, yes, because in the 60s and 70s, Republicans and Democrats, they kind of all voted the same way. Like there was people who were like political writers of the day. They would write shit like, damn, like everybody is too like homogeneous. Like everybody kind of thinks like the same way. Like you couldn't really tell the difference between like the word liberal and conservative. Like
was a moderate.
I'm about to say, like nowadays you think liberal, Democrat, conservative, Republican. Back in the 60s, 70s, no. It was just kind of, it wasn't until like the Dixiecrats, when like those real racist ass Southern Democrats flipped to the Republican Party where like things started to diverge.
Yeah, and until the black vote really started to get counted, like to where our voice and like the other minorities' participation really started to get counted.
Basically the Democratic Party was divided. It was the National Party. And like the Southern Democrats were super racist, and so basically the other Democrats they didn't agree with their policy. They were like, well, I mean, we can't piss them off too much because like they control shit.
Right.
And I think it was like with the Civil Rights Bill, like the Dixiecrats tried to filibuster it. The Democrats and LBJ pushed it through, and then they were like, what? Well, then they went to Republican, and now it's where we are now.
And that's why a lot of people probably, like, based off what you said, that's probably why a lot of people think that politics could just be, like, good, friendly debate in terms of certain things. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, I hate you, dear Lord, you're a terrible person type of thing. They think it's just friendly debate, you know, it's okay to have different views.
That's how it should be at the end of the day.
Within reason. I guess that's like, I'm thinking.
It depends on the topic, right?
I'm about to say, within reason, I feel like within some of that stuff, it's like, we can have, there are differing opinions, and everybody does have differing social statures and stuff like that. But I think it's like, you know, when you start getting into like different freedoms, and it's like, you know, if you even like
police
talk about
brutality, abortion, like,
yeah,
that's
like,
serious.
like
fracking, we can argue about fracking.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like,
even gun laws, I can I'm against it, but I can debate.
I can see both sides of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I can't see both sides about
when it's right, when it's somebody's right to live, or like a LGBTQ person's right to exist, like stuff like that.
That stuff shouldn't be argued. Like those are human rights that deserve to be granted to every person. So like that shouldn't even be like a left side or right side type thing. There's a lot of human rights issues.
But then again, that does also like add to like the point he's talking about, where it's like, yo, it's not really about the party. It's kind of like, yo, fuck y'all niggas over there.
Basically,
that's all it is. Like a lot of people come in.
How many people at this table? How many people are proud to say they're a Democrat or consider themselves like fully like Democrat? That's my party.
I mean, that's what I'm filled out of.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's like, none of us are like, yeah, Democrats.
I mean, the black people are different because we never really saw like either party as being like 100% for us. Like from the jump.
Would you argue that we should get rid of parties?
I would say that, but that's an argument for another day.
I don't know about
like
the
last,
I would argue that.
I
had more options.
I'd add more.
Because it shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be on some like gang, like this is my half, like I'm only going to vote party lines.
It's worse.
You gotta vote right versus wrong. You get what I'm saying?
Like, the thing is though, like we're saying, like it's so polarized now. We're only going to vote one way because literally the Republicans have gone the complete wrong way. So like you can't. It's not like you can.
I feel like political parties have now gone and shifted from how we were, where if you're male or female, like type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like you are one or you're another. Mm-hmm. I feel like you're a Republican or Democrat.
Yeah. I mean, it's affecting us as voters.
Well, there's an in between. Like I know independent exists, but they don't get no love. Like you know what I'm saying?
Independence is like,
they
lean one way.
Or like the super duper liberals or the super duper conservatives, where it's just like
dupers.
No, because it's like, you know, you have like a Joe Biden liberal, and you have like an
moderate
Democrat. I'm calling them liberal because that's what they call the left. That's the only reason I'm doing it. And then you have like an AOC liberal person who actually like is all about liberal freedoms and like individual things.
No gases, no.
Yeah, and it's that's why I say like I think parties are necessary in order to help people understand like an entire train of thought and an entire like line of beliefs, just like in terms of just like what they want to subscribe to. But I feel like they need more options than just two.
Or this should just be, like it's either. So I see your point. You should be Democrat or Republican, but then maybe have A or B.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like subsets, like you know, like you.
I'm with the Hoover Crips. She's with the '87 Crips.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
exactly. That's
I'm a little bit different, and this can be a whole nother topic. But I think really like we should be like debating or arguing for policies at their core. Like not necessarily like arguing for one side. Like just because my party voted this, I have to vote this. Like we should be voting for like how we feel as a politician. Like about a specific policy issue. You know
I
what I'm
agree,
saying?
but like it's
so
but we're so polarized that like literally
we are. It's
the
embedded,
essence
yeah.
of a Democrat is the policy, right? Like Joe
This is a
Biden,
problem to me.
like Joe Biden. All moderate Democrats 15 years ago were probably against gay marriage. But now, like literally, like being a liberal, you can't be against that. So like everybody, like all the shit Bernie Sanders was talking about 4 years ago, Joe Biden immediately adopted that.
Right.
Like so, like I see what you're saying, but it's like, but that goes. That's
Right.
you can't be against all that. Like the
It's so
ideals have
embedded.
to be
It's so
in.
embedded.
And that's why you have like these change agents where it's like, yo, 9 times out of 10, Bernie Sanders is never going to be the president of the United States, but he's a change agent. He leans your party further, and further.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have people like, like the Donald Trumps of the world who sit around and they tell you, oh, they're the evil left. And it's like,
And I think he's a change
no,
agent.
not really.
Yeah,
he's a change agent too because he opens up people.
He's in a bad way though.
He's diving
changing
in
up
this
for people
topic
that-
head first.
He's
bro.
giving people like.
Yeah,
He's
he's
showing
opening
the
up-
true colors.
Yeah, let's save some.
I'm about to say,
We
you
was
go ahead,
diving
Y'all
in.
should have went last, man.
I'm gonna
Why
say,
you do
yeah.
that?
First, you open this up for everybody.
Yeah,
Go
what
ahead.
you over here? You giving sneak peeks
Right,
without
what
people
you-
paying for this.
I'm about to say Patreon. What you got, believe?
Yeah, bro.
And you supposed to be Mr. March out here. You just supposed to thank Fenty for your underwear. That was all you supposed to do today.
Oh my god.
Know your role, son.
Put you out here with defending.
No,
You
you're
put it on the IG story, man.
No,
I didn't put you out there. I didn't expose you.
My toast is gonna be to Kenneth Walker. He is the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor.
Oh,
yeah.
So my toast goes to him. He is trying his damnedest to preserve the legacy and the story of Breonna Taylor and the true story for what I've followed and what I've seen and listened to police transcripts and 911 transcripts and just his interviews, just reading some of the things that he said. The man has a lot of courage, man. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot, especially in this climate. We need people. We talk about change agents. Like these are the type of individuals that we need to come forward and take a stand. Like it's not about the money. It's not about the fame, or it's not about the recognition. It's about what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
And we live in a society where police brutality and rampant racism in our judicial system is, hurting a ton of American lives and minorities. And my hats off to Kenneth Walker to making a stand and not allowing this just to die, you know what I'm saying, and him just being the boyfriend. No, he is the key component in this case that I pray is going to and hope that's going to bring this injustice to light for Breonna Taylor. So
definitely, man.
toss up to him.
Good, definitely good to hear about that, and it's also good to see him speaking out against the system and all those type of things. And you always wonder how. I feel like he has one of the toughest positions in America because I feel like he probably feels like the guiltiest person in the world.
Absolutely.
Because they came through his door trying to get him and they ended up shooting his girlfriend. So you definitely do love to see the fact that he's still fighting.
He's not trying to be silent.
He's not trying to fall back. He's still trying to make sure to speak up, make sure that the memory is preserved, and make sure that people understand that an injustice was done to Breonna Taylor. And so definitely shout out to him. So that's a really good one right there.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. I'm gonna get mine. I wanted to toast to Demi Lovato. She recently put out in her song she just spoke out about some of the stuff that President Trump was the stuff that he promised that he's not doing, and a lot of the injustices that he's doing. Yeah, our commander-in-chief, I think she called him in the song. But just shout out to her really for a lot of the fans were in her comment saying, hey, you're going to lose fans off this. You shouldn't be political, stay in your lane. Basically, a shut up and dribble type thing for artists. But, I always, appreciate artists who really stand on their platform and really, forget, whatever, the fans think that whatever their morals are. But they stand by their morals, and they really take a firm stance and speak out on what they believe in, which I think is important. So really shout out to her, not really caring, if that affected her career or not, but just speaking her truth. Speaking what she believes in, so salute to her. I think more celebrities should kind of embrace that type of role, not really worry about the money, but worry about don't compromise your morals in pursuit of riches. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think that's a real dope thing from her, especially unfortunately coming back from her drugs, things like that. I think she might have viewed it possibly as a negative, but I totally think it as a positive.
Oh, yeah.
This is something that. She's been in the spotlight for negativity, not, to our own, we all struggle with our demons and things like that. It's it's good that she's out there doing something that's positive. That she's speaking out for a lot of people. A lot of celebrities should follow suit with her.
They do,
My
though.
Huh?
I mean, I feel like celebrities speak up a lot, but when it comes to Trump, I mean, they like I don't know. I just like I get like in theory it's good for celebrities to speak up, but I feel like that's kind of like a wave now. Like like a Trump diss or like artists do that all the time.
Is that cute?
In hip hop,
That's
yeah.
cute.
No, in general.
It's in the rundown.
I was just saying.
You got a point. I mean, I'm
glad you did it. But I just think it's. I think
I don't want to
Has anybody
take
made a
away
song
from what
about
she
Trump,
did.
though?
You know what I'm saying?
Has anybody made a song on their
Yeah,
life?
I mean, even down to YG has none of like the F Donald
It's
Trump.
YG.
I think a lot.
I'm talking about like a mainstream.
that song
like,
is-
I think Miley Cyrus had a song on her albums.
But I think one thing with Demi in specific, because I feel like a lot of her fan base probably is.
No, yeah, that's good. Wait, because they have
you know what I'm
like
saying?
I don't really know what her. Honestly, I don't even know what her music is, but I
Right.
bet she has like a lot of. She has a lot of fans that probably live in South Dakota and North Dakota.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
The fact that she got those comments, like
You're
YG wouldn't get comments like that.
I needed Taylor Swift to follow suit.
Taylor Swift she did something like that one of her last albums. Yeah.
Okay.
And she got a lot of flack for that because I mean I'm pretty sure
Country. She started out country.
I'm about to say she probably had
That's
a lot of
White-
overlaps for that.
America's sweetheart.
It is what it is, man. We gotta
Well, no, because Trump knows. Then, well, think about it. Like any celebrity who talks in favor of Trump, they kind of get blackballed. So, like, yeah, like they know Hollywood.
You gotta know your circle. Unless you're like what's his name? Clint Eastwood's like the only dude, or like you gotta be.
Billy Ray Cyrus too.
White people love Clint Eastwood.
Billy Ray Cyrus with Trump.
He's a Trump supporter.
I ain't know that.
I
I don't know anything. I'm not surprised. Oh, while we on the subject of toast though, I ain't give them my toast, but yeah, everybody make sure you do some research and learn more about the NSARS movement in Nigeria. So definitely make sure I didn't give a serious toast, but I definitely did want to make sure that I mentioned that while it was on my mind. That's like a big thing that I've seen all over social media. I'm still doing my research, learning about it, so I ain't trying to say it too much, but definitely make sure you read more about it, learn about it. If you have any Nigerian friends or African friends, make sure you talk to them about it so that you can learn about these type of things. But yeah, that's definitely one of those things to make sure that we talk about.
I'm definitely going to do a bit more. I don't feel comfortable talking about
that's,
it.
Yeah, that's what I was
I definitely,
That's why I said do your research. I didn't say one way or another. Just do your research and learn about it because it's like a big topic right now. So that's why I'm about to say minimum just do your research so that you can learn about these things.
Yeah.
Damn, that's smooth.